So now we're back to a demonstration that might look very similar to what you've seen before. This is that visual representation of a queue that we saw earlier in the module. But now I've changed it slightly. I've changed it so that we're using a priority queue. In fact, the only difference between the previous implementation and this implementation is that I changed the type of queue from a regular queue to a priority queue. So as before, we're going to click Create to add an item. Now, if a number has a higher value than another, it's perceived to have a higher priority. So our first value is 52. Now we'll find out if the number after it has a higher priority. Well, it's 173, so it became the head. Now, if this were a regular queue, 52 would still be the head. So as we create more items, we can see they're added in priority order. And now when we're ready to process them, we process them in that priority order, from highest priority to lowest priority. And we can continue this process over and over again, adding and removing items at will. But we can be assured that whenever we begin to process items, at that moment, we're processing the highest priority item. So let's take one look at the code just to see that what I'm saying is true. We'll go into our in-queuing, and this is the exact same method we had before. We in-queue a random number between 0 and 200, but this time, instead of going into a regular queue, it's going into a priority queue. So with that one little change, we fundamentally changed the behavior of the application from processing items in a first in, first out order to processing them in a highest priority order.